Well, I'm now at the City of Hope Hospital. We came in, on April 24th, and I had my stem cell transplant on April 29th, which is now my new birthday. I'm very grateful to David, my brother, for donating the stem cells. He had a little bit of a hard time donating them. He had a reaction to the process of stem cell apheresis, but he came through it with like a trooper. And for me, it was quite easy. They just put the stem cells in by IV, so it wasn't that difficult. Although the following day I did have a fever spike, and we were having Rituxan chemotherapy, so that was a bit of a hard day that day. But ever since then, I've been feeling better and better, and it is now May 3rd, Sunday. This weekend we had a lot of excitement. On Friday, the City of Hope Hospital was having its annual bone marrow transplant reunion. So there were thousands of people that came to the party. There was dancing and music and bounce houses and face painting and delicious food. Of course, I was not able to be there because I'm confined to my room since my immune level is pretty much at zero. But it was just perfect for Anthony because he was celebrating his 60th birthday this May 9th, and we had no way of having a party for him. So this was a wonderful alternative party, and he enjoyed himself so much. It was really a gift from God. And then on Saturday, I had several visitors. Robin Chandler came, who was a former secretary at Walteria and a good friend. Anthony's been staying at her house because she just lives in Hacienda Heights. It's a lot closer than Santa Monica, which is where we live now. And so she came to give some stem cells, so she gave me a double dose. God bless her for that. And then we had another visitor. Actually on Friday I had two visitors, Tom and Laura Rothar. Tom Rothar is a former pastor at Walteria United Methodist Church, and I've known Laura since we were at the Walk to Emmaus as pilgrims together. My goodness, probably almost 25 years ago. And she's a bone marrow transplant survivor of 4 years, and looking great and doing all the things that she wants to do. So it's very encouraging to see somebody come through this process with a whole new life. And so it was wonderful to visit with them. And then Reverend Mamie Coe and her husband came. Her husband has been quite eager to donate blood for me, but due to some complications in the donation process, he was not able to give blood after all. But at least they got to come up and visit with me in the room, and that was delightful. Mamie's been one of my most faithful correspondence. And every time I send out an email about my updates, she sends me right back with words of encouragement. So I really appreciate her so much. Let's see, we also had a couple of phone calls. Anna Key, our honorary daughter, and her son Brandon called and entertained us as usual. Anna's getting ready to go to Australia for a family reunion. Her family comes from Malaysia, and now many of them have immigrated to Australia. And so she's quite excited about this big trip, although it's going to be a little bit tricky since Alan won't be able to go with her, and she'll have to have Brandon in the plane for 16 hours alone. But she has good mothering skills, and I'm sure she'll make it just fine. I also had a phone call from Jim and Edward and Anne. Edward was all excited about a new stop-action film project that he's working on. He's 7 years old and has dozens of ideas every day of new projects that he wants to do. Of course, he wants his parents to be the Gophers, and he is going to be the director. So they can't actually implement all of the plans that Edward has, but he's always smiling and laughing and enthusiastic. So it was a very good day. And then today, Anthony was not able to be here, but David called, and he's sounding much better. He's recuperated from the procedure, and he was even able to go to work on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and was able to and then have a good rest today after a very intense week. So he said that the girls, Capri was out at an overnight with some friends, and Adriana was out and about going to the gym and doing various activities today. And so he and Catherine got to stay home and just relax for a change. Catherine, of course, works as a teacher over at the Christian school where Capri is a student right now. But next year, Capri will be going to the new high school, the public high school, and so they're not really sure whether if the school is going to be able to hold on to Kathy, because there are going to be some layoffs because of kind of a downturn in the student population. But we're praying that there'll be a good situation for Kathy. Because she's such a good teacher's aide, and the kids just really love her, and everywhere she goes, people know her by name, and David, I guess, feels a little left out. She's always being called out, Mrs. Ross, and David is just the husband. But anyway, so it's been a good day today, too. I'm feeling a little stronger every day. This is the first time I've felt up to recording some of my experiences, so that's a good sign. And the one thing that we're working on is my mouth care, because keeping infections away from my mouth is very important so that it doesn't lead to any lung involvement. And so pretty much I've been sleeping and just been calling for medications when I need them and doing my mouth care. I wish I had enough energy to actually read or be able to stay awake long enough to see a movie all the way through. When Anthony comes, he usually puts on a movie, but I can only stay awake for about half of it, and then I peter out. So I just have to be patient, one day at a time, and the first 100 days are the most important. I'll be in the hospital probably another 3 to 4 weeks, and then we'll be going home for the rest of the important 100 days. So our goal is that I'll be able to take all the medications that I'm currently getting by IV, by mouth, and so that will require, certain anti-nausea medication. Today I was also proud of myself for being able to do my exercises. It's very important to keep the strength up, and I'm not always really well motivated. Anthony makes an excellent recreational therapist, but I was even able to do it today without his being here to encourage me. So I guess I'm doing better today. So I guess that's the report so far. I'm trying to improve my prayer life, although my ability to read the Bible is limited, since it's hard to keep my focus. Reading is as difficult as they told me that it would be. But one day at a time, with God's grace, we will make it through. So thanks be to God for this healing day.